Good afternoon, Houston. I'm KHOU11 meteorologist Kim Castro. We've got a lot to discuss when it comes to the changing weather forecast, and so I'll start you off with our headlines. Today is another really beautiful day. It's mainly mild. Yes, you'll encounter a couple of isolated showers, mainly along the coastline, but nothing compared to what we're gearing up for on Saturday. Stormy downpours, and there's more that comes with that. Maybe the threat for some gusty winds as well. And then we're also tracking a big cool down just in time for Halloween. Let's start with Saturday because it is a weather impact alert day. Widespread rain, 1 to 3 inches across the area. Some spots are going to pick up more, so there will be pockets that get anywhere between 4 to 6 inches of rainfall. Rain starts early on Saturday. It actually starts developing during the overnight hours, late Friday into Saturday, and several rounds continue even into the evening. So accumulating rainfall is what brings us that threat for street flooding. In addition to just the rainfall rates themselves, it's going to be pretty heavy rainfall. And so if that comes down in a quick amount of time, you know what happens with the Houston streets, especially areas with poor drainage, like in the Galleria, for example, or downtown. Then we could get those standing water situations, high water spots, ponding, and street flooding. In addition to that, the force of the front actually pushing through here could lead to some gusty wind as well. So here's a snapshot of the next 5 days. Today it's only a 20% chance for isolated showers. So we're just building that moisture in. Most of the shower chances are going to be along the coastline. On our Friday, we have a little bit more tension. Not only has the moisture built up from the coast, the front is getting closer to us. In fact, it's traveling along the I-35 corridor on Friday. And then eventually, by the time it gets here, well, widespread rain is what's coming to Houston, which is why those rain chances are at 100. It's pretty much a shoo-in for you to see rain on Saturday. 82 degrees right now at Bush Intercontinental Airport. It is a little warmer than yesterday. We're up by 4 degrees. The breeze out of the south now, east-southeast at 8 miles an hour. And so the dew points are much higher than where they were yesterday. We enjoyed dew points in the 40s and 50s yesterday, which means the air was nice and dry. Now it's a little bit more muggy, so 82 actually already feels like 85. So you do have to factor in some of the heat index for today. Live look at the Gulf Freeway, looking back towards downtown. Stormy looking sky. I actually was hearing a little chatter in the newsroom upstairs about, oh, is it going to rain? Yes, we've got some building clouds for sure. I think a lot of us are going to stay rain-free for this afternoon, but isolated showers here and there possible, definitely. We're seeing the highest likelihood right now in Galveston and along Matagorda and Brazoria. Temperature is pretty steady everywhere because of the cloud cover. We're not going to heat up a whole lot. So here's a look at radar. These are just popcorn showers, very isolated, not widespread rain by any means, but yeah, they have some energy there. So just a quick little downpour as they pass through. 288 seeing a little bit more activity too, and just west of there towards West Columbia and Sweeney. Richwood seeing some rain as well. And there is an isolated pocket. If you're traveling along the refineries, you'll have a little bit of rain there. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. No rain for the Loop or the Beltway. Most of Harris County is nice and dry right now. High temperature is 87 for today, and it's a 20% chance for an isolated shower. We increased the rain chances to 30% on Friday, so you'll see a little bit more of what you just saw scattered about the area. And then on Saturday, 100 means widespread rain. The front is going to sweep through the entire area. And it's not going to be raining all day long, but we will definitely see some considerable rain potential, especially during the early morning hours. And so that keeps the temperature pretty low. The high will only makes it up to 76 degrees. Future track radar showing us showers along the coastline right now. We could see some of that lift up towards the city by about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Same timeline for tomorrow, just a little bit more coverage, but it's light in nature. The green tells me there's not a ton of accumulation. Ooh, you saw how bright it got there. As the front does get in here late Friday into early Saturday, that's when we're going to start to see a few inches of rainfall. This is round one. We'll see another round in the afternoon and evening, so that's 6 o'clock, and then some lingering showers even into 10 p.m. possible. So how much are we going to get with all this accumulating rain? So Friday you saw was pretty light green which means not a lot of accumulation. So maybe 5/100ths of an inch of rain up to about 1/10 of an inch of rain, maybe closer to 1/4 the closer we get to the coastline. But that all starts to change as we go to Saturday morning. Now we're looking at a few inches in a couple spots, somewhere along Walker County, maybe 1/2 inch. Livingston showing up closer to 2 inches, Harris County pockets close to 2 inches too, and then League City to Galveston showing the same. Now, because we've got more rain in the afternoon and evening, now I'll take you all the way through Saturday night, and the accumulation looks like this. So there is a possibility that some areas pick up 5 to 6 inches of rainfall, and those are the areas that we're going to have to monitor for high water and localized street flooding. We have been upgraded to a threat level 2 for the entire area. So yesterday it was mainly Harris County and towards the east, so towards Liberty into Louisiana. Now this has shifted a little bit further west and includes all of us. So Washington, Austin, Colorado, Wharton down to the coastline, under a slight risk for that. In addition to accumulating rainfall, we're also going to have to watch the strength of the front. It's a squall line, so just the nature of how these storms form pushes wind as it muscles through southeast Texas. Now, this particular run doesn't have a big bowing motion. If I do start to see a big bow, for example, that's when I would think that those gusty winds are going to be more of an issue. And with that, ahead of the main line, we could even see a few spin-ups. So isolated tornadoes, something we'll also be monitoring, although the threat isn't exceptionally high with this, but it's still there. So we want to mention it to you. It's a threat level 1 on the 1 to 5 scale. And now is a really good time to make sure you have alerts turned on so that if we do see a strong storm cell moving in your particular neighborhood, we'll be able to call it out to you. And so you can take the necessary precautions, perhaps going into the interior space of your home, away from walls and windows, etc. But you definitely just want to take the preemptive approach of just not traveling on your Saturday, not hitting the road, not being out in your car. It's just going to be really messy day. This first front is dropping our temperatures a little bit, but we rebound right back up Monday, Tuesday above what's average for this time of year, which should be 81. And then as we go into next week, that's when we'll actually get a true fall front that is going to drop our temperatures. So the first front here that arrives on Saturday is a rainmaker. I think we could squeeze out some showers with the Tuesday front that comes in next week, so I'll have to hike up the rain chances for this coming Tuesday. But for the most part, I am going to be watching some nice chilly air dropping in from the north just in time for your Halloween. 72 degrees, that is your forecast high on Halloween. And for the evening, it gets cool, 40s and 50s, no rain, which is a good thing. Hey, still looking at Tropical Storm Melissa. Here's your update as of 10 o'clock this morning. It's dropped its intensity a little bit, but just momentarily, because now the National Hurricane Center is thinking this is going to intensify into a Cat 4 major hurricane as it pushes towards Jamaica. Now, the cone of uncertainty gets pretty wide here. It's going to meander in this general vicinity for quite some time. But just to give you a little bit of peace of mind, that's a look at Monday. So there you go, near Jamaica. As we go into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday timeframe, then it starts to take that easterly turn and goes out towards the eastern seaboard. So this time of year, these fall fronts that we're getting keeps those systems nudged far south, and then they either take that east turn or clash closer towards Central America. All right, 7-day forecast. Let's go over this one more time. So today, isolated rain showers mainly along the coast. Tomorrow, a couple more scattered storms around the area, but it's not all day rain and it's not super heavy. Now, Saturday, now we're looking at the line actually sweeping through the area. So all of us are going to see some form of shower activity, and it could be on the heavy side. So a few spots could pick up 4 to 6 inches of rainfall. It's possible to see a few isolated rain showers lingering even into our Sunday. and then we quiet things down. Monday, Tuesday is the day when we see that next front roll in that's actually going to drop our temperatures. Now Saturday is in bright red, a weather impact alert day. Try and not schedule too many things on Saturday. Just make it a nice lazy day. This is one that we'll be monitoring. We haven't had this kind of rainfall in a long time, and so we do need the accumulating rainfall for the drought monitor. We just have to be careful out on the roads. All right, I will see you back here at 4 o'clock, and then our chief meteorologist, David Paul, is, oh, you know what? Chris Ramirez, I think, is filling in tonight. So you will be with Chris at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. We'll see you then.